Hello and welcome back. We are starting with our progress being at 15.09% of the way through beginner tier, and our passives at a modest 2.01%. Jump right back into it. We are off to talk to Fletcher, so he can auto unlock our raids locks whenever we finally get around to raids. We travel up Tusker's back and make our way into Mazcab, getting a nice intro cinematic. We then make our way north to talk to Fletcher. Have a little chat, and he's willing to help us out. Task complete. Redistribute knowledge after your Valentine's heist. Claiming the experience lamp after the Heart Stealer's quest requires a thieving level of 20. Oh, luckily we already got that, huh? Well, before we get to that quest, we have our first passive task of the episode. Find a cacao macaw on the Uncharted Isles. Find a Tichi Tinamu on the island that was once turtles. And find Nojamet, who was chillin' in the work district. It was another week, so another familiarization D&D. This week we gained the Shaman's Moccasins. And now onto the quest. We spoke to Kayleen to start the Heartstealer's quest. Kayleen tasks us to get some disguises from Thesilia in the clothing store in Varrock, and I'm low-key offended she didn't recommend our boy, fancy dress shop owner. May he live on in our hearts. We get the disguises, and now it's time to make some smoke bombs. And steal the Varrock Museum plans. We meet Kaylin outside of Varrock Museum, and she hands me the disguises, and we wait until night for the party. Once inside, we ask the drunken dwarf to cause a distraction for us, so we can get into the basement. He agrees, as long as we get him some more free drink coupons. We head downstairs and see the heart that we're here to steal. When I first did this quest upon release, I remember hating this stealth part. I just kept on failing and failing, and I was getting like super frustrated. But this time around it was actually quite easy. We have to avoid the guards and shut off the 3 switches around the room to turn off the alarm system. Once done, we head to the display case where the heart's inside and find out it was a fake. Turns out it was a setup from Kaylin's girlfriend to help her get out of her rut. We get caught and use the smoke bombs we made earlier to escape. Complete our task, and let's see what we get. Mine all the sapphire rocks in Earljolf's cave. I apologize for that pronunciation. It's gonna stay the same. Accessing Earljolf's cave requires partial completion of the Tales of Musva quest. A mining level of 8 is required to mine the 8 sapphire rocks found at the entrance of the cave that Musva resides in. Oh, off to do our next quest. Speak to Earljolf. We follow him through the cave, and he wants us to melt the ice pillars in the center. We block and free different cave ways to make the water currents move in different directions for the fiery rafts. After thawing what was inside, we see a musva. Well, we don't know that yet, but this historian here will give us a quick run through. We head to the desert to find a statue of a musva. We head back to the cave and mine some of the tar sapphires. We use them to fully melt the musva with the enchant level 1 spell. It scares poor Earljolf off. We have a chat with it, and it turns out he's a Marjarat, and he just wants to be refrozen, so we help him. Please excuse my retelling of some of the quests. I do usually just spacebar through them, so if some details are off, sorry. Create a canoe. Lead old mate to the far end of the cave to refreeze him. After a job well done, we head back to Earljolf to finish the quest. Once we have done that, it's off to finish mining those sapphires. Task complete. Next up, enter a new resource dungeon. You may enter any of the listed dungeons which you already have their requirements. If you do not have any available to you, level your dungeoneering so you can complete the task. You cannot complete quests to enter a new dungeon during this task. We'll need 10 to enter our first dungeon, so we're off to Demonheim. There wasn't anything special that happened in our first floor, so we skipped to the boss. Killing her, then it's onto our next floor. It's good to get some dunge out of the way now, so I can get the complexities up for C6 eventually. And skipping through that floor too, we get to 10 dunge. Instantly make our way to Edgefield Dungeon and complete the task. Nice to get a casual 4 dunge levels from entering the resource dungeon. It'll give us a good boost for unlocking floors when we need to come back. While we're in here, I may as well grab the herbs that are on the floor. A free spot for runars if I'll ever need them. Charge the Naragi engram at the Memorial of Gothics and complete the tutorial. I used the memory strands that I got from earlier div training to easily teleport me to the Memorial to Gothics. We speak to Orla Fairweather as she gets us started with the engrams. The wiki sums it up quite well, so I'll just read it off there. But first, we just casually find a penguin roaming around, so we may as well grab him. The main objective is to find engrams scattered all around Gillinor, and to charge them by using divination XP and memory strands found while training divination. We are given the tutorial engram, but later when we prestige, it's usually found right here, so we can grab it, charge it up. Heading off to Draenor to get the pale energy needed for charging it. I also got 15 div. Go to the pool and harness its power. Hey, 20 div. Go investigate. 25? Okay. I gained 10 divination level. God. We activate the passive so we get Gothixian butterflies randomly during div training. It gives us XP in our lowest stat. And speaking to Orla Fairweather, we finish up the tutorial and complete our task. Register a total of 1 unique item in the Mauritania section of your Slayer collection log. The uniques can be attained from the following monsters, and the number in the parentheses correspond to the Slayer levels required to harm it. We unfortunately already completed this task while I was trying to get those thin snails for the more easy tasks, so I guess we'll just move on to our next one. Obtain a set of expensive spices. Expensive spices are obtained upon completion of the Let Them Eat Pie quest. Have them in your inventory adds 50 life points to all food items. Oh, back in for another quest. Let's try and smash through this one. Talk to Newton. Take fishing bait. Grab wheat. Add wheat and bait to hopper. Get maggot flour. Fish for crayfish. Stop. My mouse died. Stop! I don't want to fish. Oh no. Oh my god, I'm just... God damn it. God. Alright, time to drop them all. Alright, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Bury crayfish and dig it up. Get a potato off screen and put it in a kebbit den. Make a pie and cook it. Pickpocket spices and add it to the pie. Trick Fat Man into eating it.
What is it called?
Pretend we didn't just try and murder some guy. Steal his seal. Hand over a sealed message and... Task complete. Let them eat pie completed. Woohoo! You know, level up. There is the expensive spice. What to do? We took a short combat circus break to get some magic levels and like fumbled some range training as well. We also gained some of the circus rewards, so we can work to that passive, but it's going to take quite a while, so that's happening in the background, I guess. Alright, that didn't take very long, but that did push us over to 2 days. Free Clintler's Soul. Partial completion of Iclarian's Little Helper quest is required. You must have a Ghost Speaker amulet equipped to understand Clinter, which requires the Restless Ghost quest to be completed. Well, luckily for us, we've done both of those already, so let's go. Speak to Pickles the cat on Manor Farm when her mice killed count is in double digits. Good job, Pickles. Keep up the good work. I just did it. I didn't record, but I just did it. Oh, my bad. Oh, that was a quick one. Even if I did forget to hit the record button. Well, anyways, let's just move on. Have Benedict guide you around the world. Fully complete Benedict's world tour. You will receive 5 experience lamps over the course of the mini-quest. There really isn't anything too exciting about this task, so I'll be skipping most of it. Just have to go to different points of interest around the map, and we get a cute pan around. This is definitely a thing to help new players understand the game world a little better, but since I've been playing this game coming close to 20 years now, it's a bit of a slog. I would appreciate this a lot more though if they tilted the camera up, so I can actually just see the surroundings instead of like my guy in the middle. Small gripe, but still. The one at Het's Oasis is a good example though. It's a very nice like shot of what we're looking at. Alright, the last one is on Ashdale. So I guess I'm doing Shadow over Ash. What do I need for that? Man, all the animations are so cool in this town. They just do nothing. Like we never come back here. Wait a minute, I can just go to Ashdale during the day. Okay, travel to daylight. It was right about here. I was feeling pretty stupid for starting and almost completing Shadow of Ashdale. I wasn't supposed to, but either way I got the lodestone. Hey, unlock all the free-to-play. There we go, okay, that's a bit awkward. Alright, this should be the end. Nice. What do I use them on? Maybe our next task. Have something to do with it. Cast the Bones to Banana spell on some bones within Centerston. Spell requires a magic level of 15 and some nice looking bones. We'll just grab some bones from the bank and we'll head right over. Alright, here should be good enough. Up 5 a day. Task complete. Probably one of the easiest tasks I'll ever do. Claim all treasures from Gudrick. Claim all of Gudric's treasures after the completion of Shadow of Ashdale. Oh, that's funny. Gudric can be found northeast of Portsroom Lodestone. Alright, well, I'll just skip to the end of this quest since it's all broken up in my recordings. All we need to know is Ashdale is such a waste of potential. The place looks so good, but nothing happens there. I tried to claim all the rewards, but I needed inventory space, so I put Benedict's lamps onto attack. I gained what seemed to be the remaining rewards, and then realized I need to actually finish the quest too, so we get a little more from Goldric. Gudric? Gudric. Task complete. We can now kill Agaroth each week for his bonus XP, and that unlocks our second weekly. Next up, defeat one of the Goblin bosses. Goblin boss spawns every 15 Goblin kills inside the Goblin village. Made my way past Falador to the Goblin village, and I just started blasting. It didn't take long until General Stinkears was sick of my rampage, and I put him down too. Alright, next task. Obtain a unique from the Gnome Restaurant Delivery Service. Well, we were super lucky and got 2 uniques from our man Norm Adium Avlafirm. So we can cross this off right away. Maybe this is a contender for the easiest task. Acquire 100% sprite focus 5 times without losing focus on the time sprite. Time sprite will fly between excavation spots of the type you're excavating every few seconds. Be sure to pay attention. Well, off to the first dig site, Carid Et. We try to ignore the game telling us that we need to talk to Nab Bank, but Jagex won't let me have my fun. So we get a little introduction pan around the dig site and a cutscene I instantly skip. After that business is done, we follow the sprite like my life depends on it. After a long, but I guess enjoyable session, I get 7 arc and finish off the task. Unlock the increased catch rate upgrade from Dundee's crocodile upgrades. Requires a total of 250 scarabs to be caught at Het's Oasis. You may only catch plain whirligigs. If you click multiple whirligigs while the crocodile is on its way to catch one, you can stack up to 4 catches. We make our way to El Carid, to the ruins of the old Duel Arena. Pick up ourselves a sweet crocodile companion too. I'll skip ahead to when I have 250. I for some reason just couldn't wrap my head around the hunter bug, click on 3 others, repeat, but I got there in the end. This should be my last one. Increased catch rate unlocked. Definitely needed that. Unlock rank 10 Esteem. This can be bought from Wizard Phoenix for 15 runespan points. This should be a nice quick one and finally get to train some runecrafting. We will tackle that in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you're all enjoying this series. At the end here, I'm going to show the stats from the beginning of the episode to the end, and also my current playtime as of my last task. I hope you like it, and a big shout out to Jake, a very esteemed Taskman gamer who helped me with the blank stat screen you can see here. I was also wondering what you guys think about the kind of step-by-step walkthrough style of quest whenever we get a quest-related task. Should I keep on doing this, or would it be better to just skip to quest complete and then do whatever my active task needs me to do? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all again. See you next episode.